From Grayson County High School, it's the first home game and first game played for Grayson County in 17 days. One of the top teams in the region, the Owensboro Catholic Aces, make the trip to the Cougar Den. Grayson County and Owensboro Catholic, all of this comes, but before we honor and recognize a true legend, it is Mr. Spirit Night here at Grayson County High School. And a good evening and welcome to Grayson County High School for tonight's coverage of Cougar basketball on K105. Grayson County hasn't played a game in 17 days. It's the longest stretch without a game in the month of January since 1977, when the Cougars were also out for that same amount. In fact, they were out one more day. They were out 18 days. Ironically enough, from January 4th to January 22nd, this stretch was January 2nd to January the 22nd. I know I talked to Coach Bill Lee, who was the head coach of that team beforehand. He mentioned that the snow was wild at that point, and they were having to play 3-4 games a week. His exact words were, "We were never going to do that again." Again, today is Mr. Spirit Night, and we are going to be getting ready to turn this over to the host, as there's a special recognition for Mr. Spirit today. Listen, what needs to be said, what more can be said? Mr. Spirit is a true legend, and obviously if you're an Owensboro Catholic fan joining us today, you probably even know who he is. If you're a Grayson County fan, you obviously know who he is. And it is going to be a great recognition for him that will begin here shortly. The matchup that we're going to be getting ready to see, Grayson County with a record of 8-6, 1-0 in the 12th district. Again, the Cougars have not played since the 5th of January, a game that they won against Holmes here at Grayson County High School. They had games against Butler County, Central Hardin, and Whitesville Trinity canceled. Now, those games have been rescheduled, so if you have your pen and your paper, we'll bring those for you right now. They will now travel to Whitesville Trinity Thursday of next week. That'll be the 1st of February at Whitesville Trinity. So that'll still remain a 7:45 tip-off, and then they will host Butler County on the 12th of February. That will be 3 weeks from tonight will be the matchup against Butler County here, the girl-boy doubleheader. So again, the doubleheader at Whitesville Trinity has been rescheduled to February the 1st, and the doubleheader against Butler County has been rescheduled for Monday, February the 12th. As it is getting ready here to be Mr. Spirit Night at Grayson County High School, we are going to have all of that recognition for you. We're really excited to bring you everything that you're going to need to see for Mr. Spirit here as this gets ready to roll. I think Assistant Superintendent Adam Cox is going to be your master of ceremonies for this, and there is going to be a special announcement too that will happen after the game, or after this ceremony, that they're going to let Mr. Spirit know about what will happen here, as it looks like Owensboro Catholic is getting a little bit loose. I'm sure that we're going to get close to getting rolling here for this ceremony. Head coach Tim Riley, in his 9th season at the helm of this Owensboro Catholic program, 181-89, 488 and 217 overall. Of course, had a long stint as the head coach at Warren Central, where he just won 8 regional championships and a state title back in 2004. He had it absolutely rolling when he was coaching that program, and he's now come to Owensboro Catholic and done pretty much just the same. He hasn't won the state title for the Aces, but has still done a really good job at the helm of that program. Looks like Owensboro Catholic is warming up. Grayson County is still in the locker room. Again, we're getting ready for Mr. Spirit Night. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to take a quick break, come back, and hopefully have more have Mr. Spirit Night recognition after this, as this is Cougar basketball on K105.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran, and disability employer.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. And I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no judgment and no shame to look for help.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where it is Grayson County and Owensboro Catholic. They're actually going to wait and do the ceremony for Mr. Spirit here in just about 10 minutes. We'll have that for you live here on K105 Digital Productions. So with that, we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to jump in and bring you and introduce you to both of these teams, and then we'll talk to Coach Johnston, and then hopefully when we come back, we'll have Mr. Spirit night after that. For the players you'll need to know, for Owensboro Catholic, with that 12-3 record, they have won 10 straight games. Their leading scorer is Luke Beichman. He averages 20.4 points, 6.6 rebounds per game. Joining him in double figures is Ronald Smith at 10.6 points and Tut Carrico at 10 points. And then right behind there is Warren Ebelhair, who averages 9.6 points and 2 rebounds per game. This Owensboro Catholic team started off rough. Now, a lot of that goes towards their football team having a lot of success, which meant their football team has a lot of basketball players on it as well. So they got a late start. But since that point, 10 straight wins. They have been playing extremely well. For Grayson County, the players you'll need to know, the leading scorer is Jack Longston. He's averaging 20 points per game. He's averaging 20 points a game. Brody Armstrong is averaging 12.2 points. Cougars have not played in 17 days. It's their longest stretch without a game, technically since 97 to 98, but it's the longest stretch in the month of January since 1977. It's been a long time since the Cougars have gone this way, and it's going to be really interesting to see how do they respond. I mean, not playing in 17 days, they've been able to practice some, but how does that balance go? I don't really know. It's going to be interesting to see as it goes along. Travis Johnston is the head coach of the Cougars. We're going to take a break, talk to him, get his thoughts on the matchup after this. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
The doctor said I had a 29% chance to find a blood stem cell donor. But I knew you were out there. And when we matched, it was the best day ever. Dear donor, your blood stem cells saved me from leukemia. Thank you forever and ever and ever.
Experience the true joy of saving a life at BeTheMatch.org.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Do you need help paying for college? Your first step is completing a FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. The 24-25 FAFSA will be available in late December 2023 and is more user-friendly. More students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Kia counselors and others are ready to help you. You're not in this alone. For more information, use the QR code or text money to 800-928-8926. Or you can visit gearupky.org/money.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day, a movement toward life-saving resources, movement toward advancing research and care, movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley joined once again by Coach. Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley joined once again by Coach Travis Johnston. I wasn't sure that it was ever going to happen. Coach, Grayson County in their longest stretch without playing games in the month of January since 1977. How hard is that?
It's hard, especially for a coach where you didn't play. We played okay against Muhlenberg, but they outplayed us there at the end, and then we didn't play very good against Holmes. So it was good. I didn't mind the little break there, but then it got extended another week, and it's just kind of drug on. But thankfully, we're able to get one in here tonight, and hopefully continue it tomorrow. And I think it's just rain on the forecast, at least for this week. So hopefully we'll be able to get 3 in.
I know you mentioned after the game against Holmes, what feels like I think 32 years ago was when that game happened, that you felt like the break leading into Butler was almost a good thing, that your team kind of needed that. Have you seen something different after an extended break with practicing, not practicing, and so on?
We were able to do some things in practice knowing we weren't going to play that I think was good, but yesterday, and hopefully it's a good omen, we didn't have very good practice yesterday, and at this point, they're tired of practicing. They're ready to play, and hopefully that shows when we come out. Because with Holmes, we didn't play with any energy or enthusiasm or anything like that. So hopefully that shows not being able to play in, I guess it was 16, 17 days, whatever it was. Hopefully they're full of energy and ready to go.
Tonight is Mr. Spirit Night here at Grayson County High School. What's the mean of this program?
It's a lot, it's obviously it's well deserved, and I know a lot of people say he talks a lot, and he does talk a whole lot, but everything he says is stuff that I think, or most things he says is stuff that I think people need to hear, and he's always got the students' backs here, and he always has the players and the coaches, and he is about Grayson County, and you come into now where the world. Everybody's so negative, wants to say things negative, could have done this, could have done that, all that stuff. He is 100% behind everything that's happening here at Grayson County. So it's a much-deserved honor for him.
You got some good news earlier today. Taden Logston officially able to play. What's he bring?
Well, he brings a ball handler since Caden's sidelined for a little bit right now, and he's one of our best defenders, if not our best defender. Strong, smart. Can shoot the ball, our best ball handler and driver and stuff. So he's what we needed, and hopefully he's going to be rusty. He's going to be nervous. He hadn't played in a long time other than JV, but hopefully he's going to bring what we've been missing all along, which is that intensity, especially on the defensive end, and then the ability to create other shots, in particular Jack and Spencer.
Owensboro Catholic had a rough start to the season, 2-3, lost a pair of district games to open up. Since that point, 10 straight. One of the best defenses in the entire state, point total-wise. What makes them good?
They're well coached. Obviously, Tim Riley is what he is. Everybody knows him, and he demands a lot out of them. And they're really physical. And the reason they started slow was because they were in the state finals for football, and they have a ton of football guys, and they got their legs back under them. Obviously won 10 straight, but they're just big, and then they got the Bikeman kid, who is a very, very good player, averaging 20, 21, whatever it is, and they just got some really good pieces around him, and like I said, Tim Riley's teams are always tough.
How do you pick up what some would classify as an upset win?
Rebound, of course. If we rebound, we're able to get out and run, which is our strength, and if not, they're going to play volleyball with it and score as many as they want to.
Coach, good luck. More comes up in the locker room show after this.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors, helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where it's about time for Mr. Spirit Night here at Grayson County High School. Let's turn it over to public address announcer Brian Payton. We're going to let the national anthem play as this happens. Turn the rest of the program over to public address announcer Brian Payton. As again, this is Mr. Spirit Night, and recognition is about to happen. I believe Assistant Superintendent Adam Cox is going to be the one reading it, and to end is going to be a very special recognition. It looks like they're maybe going to walk him over. Let's turn it over. Well, maybe not. I thought we were going to have it just right now. But again, Mr. Spirit obviously deserves all of the recognition in the world. And let's see, they might be walking him together. Maybe the Cougar is going to join, and that would make a lot of sense if the Grayson County Cougar walks out with him. Again, this is Mr. Spirit Night here at Grayson County High School. The Cougar boys basketball team has joined them on the bench. They want to make sure they're in for this ceremony as well.
At this time, we'd like to take a moment to honor and recognize someone very special to Grayson County High School. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. E. McGhee. Mr. McGhee is being accompanied by his daughter, Kathy McCall, his son, Earl McGhee, Grayson County High School Principal Lacey Cox, Grayson County High School Athletic Director Jason Kincaid. Mr. McGhee is definitely someone that does not need an introduction. Matter of fact, he may be the most recognizable person from Grayson County across the Commonwealth of Kentucky. From the foothills of eastern Kentucky to the coal mines of western Kentucky, the orange hat and foam finger are famous throughout the state. But for us, Grayson Countyans, Mr. McGhee is more than an iconic figure. He is more than a big orange hat and a big foam finger. Mr. McGhee has a big heart. Mr. McGhee is a big pride. Mr. McGhee is Grayson County Athletics. Mr. McGhee has the nickname Mr. Spirit, and for great reason, because he does exhibit great school spirit in supporting Grayson County High School. However, Mr. McGhee, Mr. Spirit, has this nickname for many more reasons than just sideline support. He is Mr. Spirit because of his unwavering dedication to our school and students. He is Mr. Spirit because he stays at our school well into the night and waits for our sports teams to return home from the away game. He is Mr. Spirit because he stands out in the cold, pouring down rain to support our band at their annual band competition. He is Mr. Spirit because even at the youthful age of 87, marches into our local parades. He is Mr. Spirit because he consoles our young athletes after devastating season-ending losses. He is Mr. Spirit because he picks up trash and organizes a gym after games as the crowd exits. He is Mr. Spirit because he exemplifies everything we all should strive to be and achieve. Mr. McGhee, to show our appreciation to you, we dedicate our student section in your name as our E. McGhee student section and have placed 2 4 decals to encompass your spirit. Not all of these decals represent your normal cheering location. These decals will represent much more. They will represent the spirit you exhibit to our student athletes and our school. May we all strive to be as big of supporters to Grayson County High School as you have been to us. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. E. McGhee.
That is the recognition for Mr. Spirit. We're going to take a quick break. Grayson County and Owensboro Catholic comes up next here on, if you're watching though on K105 Digital Productions, we're going to keep this streaming just a little bit longer. Well, nope, never mind. We are going to bring you. Grayson County and Owensboro Catholic comes up next here on K105.
The governor has declared a state of emergency, and evacuation is now underway as the storm approaches. The National Weather Service has issued a warning as it monitors the storm, including the following counties that are fortunate.
Convoy of Hope is ready to help you prepare for the next storm. Visit convoy.org/prepare.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Roll here. What a great ceremony for Mr. Spirit. Let's really quick meet the starting lineups for both of these teams. The first for Owensboro Catholic, it's going to be Kaiser Frick, Warren Ebelhair, Tut Carrico, Luke Bikeman, Vince Carrico will be the lineup for Owensboro Catholic. And the starting lineup for Grayson County is going to be Spencer Langdon, Gage Napier, Landon Haycraft, Brody Armstrong, and Jack Logston. That's the lineup for Grayson County. Grayson in Owensboro Catholic comes up next here on K105.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC.
Grayson County and Owensboro Catholic about ready to get underway. Sam Gormley here with you on the call this afternoon and this evening. First game for Grayson County since January the 5th. Mr. Spirit out there in his white hat. He doesn't usually go with the white hat, the white jumpsuit, ready to roll. As it should be a great matchup here. It is the matchup here. Owensboro Catholic leads the all-time series 22-16. They've won 7 straight. Grayson County has not beaten the Aces since 2011. In fact, Owensboro Catholic hasn't played here at Grayson County since 2018, as they've played a couple of times in the third region tournament, of course, on Owensboro Catholic's home floor. And then last year played a regular season game on Owensboro Catholic's home floor there in the Owensboro Sports Center. The opening tip, it'll be Jack Logston to tip for Grayson County, going up against Luke Bikeman for Owensboro Catholic. The opening tip is in the air, and it's controlled by the Aces of Owensboro Catholic, who will be working from left to right on your radio dial in those black jerseys with green trim. Up top, Haycraft almost deflected a pass, and inside the lane, the little floater is missed. Rebounding the inside by Carrico. Carrico in on Logston, tried to find his own space. Up top to Frick. Frick drives in, off-balance shot, well out of control. Rebounded by Jack Logston for Grayson County. Here comes the first offensive possession of the game for the orange and blue of Grayson County, who enter with a record of 8-6. Inside the lane, the shot off balance, missed by Logston. Both teams with some off-balance shots missed early on in the game. On the inside, flip shot out to the top of the key to Tut Carrico, into the corner, ball inside, recovered by Vince Carrico, back outside to Tut Carrico, who then takes an extra step on the right side as he tries to drive it in. Your officials for today's game, Kevin Morris, Jason Wilkins, and Tony Beard. Again, Grayson County has not played a game since January the 5th. It's the longest stretch in the month of January. Grayson County has gone without a game since January of 1977. At the free throw line, Langdon off to the left wing to Logston. Up top to, that is to Haycraft. Off to the right side to Armstrong, who knocks in the three on the right wing. Brody Armstrong puts the Cougs on top. Ball deflected and taken away. Haycraft to Napier on the left side. Napier bucket good. Grayson County up 5-0 early on. The defense leads to offense for Grayson County early on in this game, and now a foul's going to be called in the backcourt on Grayson County's Landon Haycraft. That's going to be his first and the team's first here of the ball game. The defense leading to offense for Grayson to open up in the game. As this Owensboro Catholic team has won 10 straight. It's their longest win streak since the 2005-2006 season. But of course, Tim Riley was rolling at Warren Central. Over to the far corner, a three by Evilhair is good to put the Aces on the board. So Owensboro Catholic team has not lost since the 21st of December. That was in overtime to Madisonville North Hopkins. Their previous two losses prior to that were on the road 9th District foes, Apollo and Davis County. Langdon curls around the lane, absorbs the contact, flip shot right side is missed. Rebounded on the floor by Bikeman for the Owensboro Catholic Aces. Bikeman up the far side of the floor, spins around on the left wing, pulls up from the left elbow. The jumper is missed. Armstrong with a rebound for Grayson County. Armstrong outlet to Langdon, and Langdon curls down here towards the near side. Langdon gets around the defender off the right side, blocked from behind. Rebounded by Owensboro Catholic. They're off and running. It's Evilhair. It's poked away and taken back by Grayson County. Armstrong's got it. Weaving through, Armstrong at the volleyball line. Gives it to Haycraft, into the corner to Logston. He'll let the three fly. It is in and out. Rebounded by Haycraft. Flip shot, Haycraft is missed on the interior. On the inside, Evilhair's got it for Owensboro Catholic. You can tell this Grayson County team has not played a game in 17 days. Missing shots at the rim. High percentage shots usually. Bikeman in the corner. Owensboro Catholic, their last game was on Friday. They defeated Apollo 49-36. 5-3, Grayson County on top. 5:10 left here in the first quarter of action. Off the right side to Tutcarico. Jump pass left wing to Bikeman. He drives in on Langdon. Back up top now to Frick. This Owensboro Catholic team is more than fine with running their offense. They only average, 62.4 points a game. And we say only, but they're much more of a slowing team. Tutcarico, the turnaround jumper is good for his first points of the game. He's averaging 10 points a contest. Football is his sport. Three from the top side by Armstrong. It's missed. Rebounded by Owensboro Catholic. Bikeman comes down with a loose board. Bikeman averages just about 6.6 of those per game. He's only 6'2", so it's not necessarily like rebounding is what he's known for. Top side Frick. Swings it into the corner. Little ball fake, deflected, and goes right back into the hands of Evilhair. Evilhair into the corner to Tutcarico, who feeds it inside to his brother Vince Carico. Back into Tutcarico, three near side. It's missed. Rebound goes right through the hands of Langdon, into the hands of Bikeman, who lays it in on the left side. Owensboro Catholic on top, 7-5. A 7-0 run for the Aces. That was ugly for Grayson County on that defensive possession. Langdon just completely missed the rebound. The volleyball line, Langdon off the left side to Logston, into the corner to Haycraft. Haycraft back up top to Napier. Napier off to the right side to Logston. Logston ball fake in on Carico. Logston off the side, missed. Rebound put back by Haycraft is missed on the inside, but he's going to go to the line to shoot some free throws, and an important substitution is coming. Bikeman picks up the foul, his first and the team's first. Haycraft to the line. Landon on the season, 6 of 8 from the stripe. And standing at the line to check in, Tayden Logston, the Grayson County. He has sat out this entire season after transferring back to Grayson County from Caverna. Last year for the Colonels, 13.5 points, 1.6 rebounds a game. He was ruled eligible by the KHSAA earlier today. Haycraft goes 1 of 2 at the line. Grayson County on top, trails 7-6 against Owensboro Catholic. Bikeman flips it off into the near corner. Evilhairs. You got a couple of new players into the game, including Ronald Smith for Owensboro Catholic and Dramail Carruthers. Also, Dylan Hagan. So 3 new players in for the Aces, including on the other side for Grayson County, it's Tayden Logston. Driving in is Smith. He drives the baseline. Up top, catch and shoot three by Ebelhair is in and out. Rebound on the floor by Taden Logston. Immediately puts his name into the scorebook. Into the corner to Langdon. He drives the baseline. Langdon across the near side. Inside to Armstrong. Amongst the trees, Armstrong does not finish. The putback on the inside by Taden Logston. He plays volleyball on the inside for his first points as a Grayson County Cougar. Here comes Hagan down the right side. Bounce pass on the inside, taken away by Langdon for Grayson County. Here come the Cougs right up the middle. Langdon, transition three, top side, got it. Spencer Langdon hits the three from the top of the key. Grayson County on top, 11-7. When the Cougars have been able to set up their defense, and now a foul is going to be called on the far side on Grayson County. When they've been able to set up their defense, it has caused a lot of fits for Owensboro Catholic. Langdon is going to be the guilty party, his first, team second. Kobe Martin enters the game for Grayson County. Martin, 3.3 points, 2.1 rebounds per game. He's a great athlete. And Taden Logston was the transfer from Caverna, getting his first minutes of the season. And it's honestly an embarrassment for the KHSA that it took this long. Let the kids play. He's from Grayson County. He transferred to come back home. And it's taken this long, but you know what? What better time than the present? Bikeman, great defense by Grayson County. Inside the lane, off balance shot, missed by Smith. Rebounded by Grayson County. An outlet pass to Martin, who runs down underneath of it. Martin in transition. Layup good for Kobe Martin. Grayson County on top, 13-7. 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Bikeman down the near side of the floor. Euro step to the middle. Logston hand in his face. Shots missed. Logston with the rebound for Grayson County. That's Jack Logston. Up to Kobe Martin. Off to Taden Logston on the left side. Taden drives in. Inside the lane. Shot is up and a little bit off to the right and missed. Smith with a rebound for the Aces. Smith up the far side of the floor. Grayson County on top, 13-7, 2:05 left in the first quarter of play here from Grayson County High School. Roland Smith on the right side. Crosses it to Frick. Frick inside. Back out to Frick. Frick, 4.1 points, 1 point run, rebounds. Another interior pass. They're going to say it was kicked by Armstrong on the inside. Hayden Robinson into the game for Grayson County. And Tut Carrico will re-enter for the Aces. And the Cougars are on top in this game, 13-7. .152 left in the first quarter of play. Up into the top of the key, into the middle of the circles to Smith. On the inside to Tut Carrico. Defense comes. Carrico's floater is an air ball. Vince Carrico's rebound putback is missed. Rebounded by Taden Logston on the inside for Grayson County. 1:38 left to play in the first quarter. Taden Logston is then fouled from behind by Carruthers, his first, team's second. (13-7). 1:37 left in the first quarter of play. Sub into the game for Owensboro Catholic. It'll be Warren Ebelhair re-entering. Carruthers will check out. Cougars on top, 13-7. Minute 37 left in the first quarter of play. And they'll roll it into the backcourt to Taden Logston, the junior point guard playing in his first game as a Grayson County Cougar. Logston down the right side. Picks it up, gives it to Jack Logston. Jack at the top of the key, pulls up a three. Got it! Jack's first points of the game. Cougars have 3 threes in the game. Grayson County on top by 9. Frick on the far side of the floor. Frick drives in right to the hole. Ball's deflected out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Owensboro Catholic. I think Jack Logston, got his hand in and deflected it out of bounds. So for Grayson County on the floor, you've got Jack Logston, Taden Logston, and Spencer Langdon. Logston, Langdon, Logston. And then when Landon Haycraft comes in, you'll have Landon in there, which very well could be a starting lineup at points this season, along with Armstrong. Top side, it is Carrico. Vince Carrico passes it to Tut Carrico, goes right through his hands. Tut Carrico, a great wide receiver. It's interesting that it went right through his hands there. Tut Carrico, 95 passes for 1,922 yards and 30 touchdowns for the Aces this year in football. That'll get it done. Zach Bratcher in for Grayson County. Taden Logston up the far side. Loops a pass off to Martin, who has to save it from going out of bounds, and it goes right into the hands of Bikeman. Bikeman up the far side, poked away from behind, and it's going to stay with the Aces. 53.7 on the clock here in the first quarter of play. Grayson County on top, 16-7. Frick. Up to the top of the key to Carrico. Guarded by Martin. Right side, Bikeman. Bikeman drives in on Taden Logston. Pulls up from 5 feet. Shots missed. Taden Logston with a rebound. An outlet pass deflected right back by Bikeman. Bikeman's got it down the left side. Shots blocked from behind by Martin. An outlet pass goes to Robinson across the far side of the floor. Robinson to Taden Logston. Logston bounce pass back up top to Bratcher. Bratcher's a great three-point shooter. Hasn't necessarily shown it percentage-wise. 23.5% on the season. And Grayson County appears to be more than fine with holding for their final shots. And they're just standing out. It's a 5-out look. We've not seen Grayson County do that very often this season at all. 10 seconds on the clock and counting. It'll be Taden Logston to the top side. Here comes the motion offense with 7 seconds. Screen from Jack Logston. Taden Logston drives in, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Taden Logston. Turned the corner and knocked over Tut Carrico. Travis Johnston didn't agree with the call. For Taden, that is just his first in the team's third. 4.7 on the clock here. Into the near corner with 2 seconds. Bikeman lets the defender go by. 3 at the buzzer is good for Owensboro Catholic. Bikeman knocks it in, and that is a huge three-pointer for the Aces to make it a 6-point game at the end of the first quarter of play. We'll take a break as this is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. And I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no judgment and no shame to look for help.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Grayson County on top 16-10 as we get ready to start the second quarter of play from Grayson County High School. It will be Cougar ball to start, working from right to left there on the radio dial. And Taden Logston going to run the point. Grayson up by 6 points. Really spread out the scoring. 7 different players scored in that first quarter of play. And now a turnover and a flip shot in transition for Tut Carrico. That's not how you wanted to start for Grayson County, as it's a turnover and a points on the other end. It's 16-12. Owensboro Catholic has brought it to within 4. Landon Haycraft on the left wing, up top to Taden Logston. Off to the right side. Pass goes right in between both Bratcher and Langdon and out of bounds. Grayson County's leading scorer, Jack Logston, on the bench right now to start this second quarter of play. Probably just to give him a little bit of a breather. Cougars without Caden Hanshaw in this game. Their 6th man for most of the season, dealing with a wrist injury. His return is right now really kind of unknown. Right side 3, deep one by Bikeman. It's off the back of the iron. Long rebound chased down by Spencer Langdon for Grayson County in the far corner. Langdon angles back towards the far side of the field. Curls down the right lane. Shot off the right side. Blocked from behind by Bikeman for Owensboro Catholic. Bikeman up the far side of the floor. Guarded by Bratcher. Jump pass into the corner. Comes Ebelhair. 3 off the backside. Zach Bratcher with a rebound for Grayson County. Bratcher flips it off to Taden Logston. He's going to run the point. So Taden's the only Logston we have on the floor right now. 6:50 left here in the first half of play. Grayson County on top 16-12 against the Aces of Owensboro Catholic. Grayson County trying to beat this Owensboro Catholic team for the first time since December 2011. In the corner, Armstrong. Back up top to Taden Logston. Off to the right side to Haycraft. Deep on the right wing to Langdon. Curling around is Armstrong in the lane. Spins back towards the middle. Shot from 5 feet on the right side. Does not fall. Rebounded by Tut Carrico. An outlet pass to Frick. Frick back towards the middle. Free throw line jumper. Back inside to Bikeman, who drives the lane. Bikeman's shot off the right side's good. Luke Bikeman's got 7. And just like that, the Grayson County's 9-point lead has gone now to only 2. And nearly a 5-second call is going to force Travis Johnston to take a 30-second timeout. We will take it with him. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Travis Johnston takes the timeout. With 6 minutes and 14 seconds left in this first half of play. Grayson County still hangs on to the 16-14 lead, but a 7-0 run by the Aces. And it started with that desperation three made by Bikeman at the end of the quarter of play. It's not what you want to see if you're Grayson County after they played really well to open up. Armstrong off to the right side to Jack Logston in the lane. Jack's floater is missed. Brody Armstrong's got the rebound. He's stripped and loses it. Goes into the hands of Tut Carrico. Right up the middle to Frick for Owensboro Catholic to Tut Carrico. Bounce pass on the inside. Reverse layup good by Ebelhair on the interior. He's got 5 points. Owensboro Catholic, 3 players have scored, but it's 7-5 and 5, and we're all knotted up here at 16. Bounce pass on the inside to Brody Armstrong. He's fouled. Flip goes in for Brody Armstrong. He'll go to the line. He spun around and that left block kind of flung one up over his head. The shot ends up going in. Ebelhair is guilty, the guilty party of the foul. His first, team's first of this second quarter of play. It'll be Brody Armstrong to the stripe, 69.1%. And he misses it. Rebounded by Owensboro Catholic. This Grayson County team, one of the better free throw shooting teams in the region. 1 of 3 to open up in this game. So Owensboro Catholic team coached by Tim Riley, 488 and 217 overall as a head coach. Spent time at Warren Central in the lane, shot an air ball on the right block, missed by Smith. Rebounded by Grayson County. It's Spencer Langdon down the right side. Little Euro step for Langdon. Too strong. Gets his own rebound. Loses it. Armstrong's got it. Put back good. Brody Armstrong's got 7. Grayson County's lead is back now to 4 at 20-16. 5 minutes left here in this first half of play. Ebelhair on the right wing. On the inside, Bikeman spins around over to the far side to Frick. Drives in. Back outside. A little stutter step in the drive. Bikeman shots up good. He's fouled and he'll go to the line. Bikeman, the foul is called. It'll be on Gage Napier, his first, team's first of this second quarter of play. And Luke Bikeman will go to the line to try and convert on the and one. Bikeman, 77.1%. Received his first college offer from Brescia earlier this month. And he puts in the free throw. 1 point Grayson County lead. Now Owensboro Catholic had to come out with full court pressure, and it's a steal, and the putback missed on the inside. Logston might have got a hand on it. Here comes Grayson County running. Haycraft, the inside to Napier, spinning around Napier, off the left side, does not fall. Rebound on the interior by Owensboro Catholic. Here come the Aces. Ebelhair down the right side. Ebelhair's flip shot too strong. Logston had the rebound. It was spiked up and saved out of bounds off of Owensboro Catholic. It's going to go towards Grayson County. Nope, changing his mind. Said it's off of Grayson County. It's going to go towards Owensboro Catholic. He's going to stay Ace's ball. Dylan Hagan re-enters. Warren Ebelhair comes out. Grayson County up by 1 point. Left wing to Bikeman. Into the far corner to Frick. Frick bounce pass, driving in, and now dumping it off to Smith, who drives the baseline. Back out to Bikeman, right side 3, good. Bikeman's starting to heat up. And a foul in the backcourt is going to be called now on Ronald Smith, his first, team second. Bikeman's got 13 points in the first half of play, and Owensboro Catholic's got the lead at 22-20. Vince Carrico comes in place of Tut Carrico. Over to Napier on the right wing, dumps it off the left block. Wide open, Langdon, shot blocked, I believe. Getting a hand on it was Hagan because Langdon missed the layup. Here comes Owensboro Catholic. In transition, trying to add to their 2-point lead. Frick in the corner, crosses it to Vince Carrico. Vince Carrico drives in on Logston. Logston got his hand in, deflected it, went right back to Vince Carrico. To the right side to Frick. 22-20, Owensboro Catholic on top, 3:48 left in the first half of play. Driving in is Frick. Dumps it off on the inside to Hagan. It was stripped on the way up. Grayson County's got it. Langdon right up the middle of the floor for Grayson County. Langdon off to the left wing to Jack Logston. Lets the defender go by. 18 feet left side. Good for Jack Logston. Logston's only got 5 points in this game. Grayson County now finally going to be able to set up their defensive pressure, but it was not a great defensive possession at all. As here comes Bikeman driving in. Offensive foul called on Luke Bikeman. That's his second. Team's third. And immediately Bikeman's going to go to the bench. It's interesting to see what Tim Riley does and how long Bikeman will stay on the bench. Stephen Eves will also come into the game for Owensboro Catholic. Taden Logston re-entered for Grayson County. 22 all, 3:20 left in the first half of play. Brody Armstrong crosses it, and it's too hard of a pass. Goes right through the hands of Gage Napier, and it's taken away by Frick. Frick on the right side. Back up top to Tut Carrico. Swings it to Vince Carrico. In the far corner to Eves. Back up top to Frick. 3:05 left here in this first half of play. 22 all. Inside the lane. Spinning around is Eves. The little hook shot good by Stephen Eves. He only has scored 10 points all season. He can make that 12 now. Owensboro Catholic's got the lead back. Another deflection. Armstrong's able to get it back. Loses it again. And Eves has it for Owensboro Catholic. Here comes Numbers driving in. The roller is missed on the inside by Owensboro Catholic. Smith. Loose ball picked up by Tut Carrico. Spin around threes. Air ball. Smith's got it. Put back good on the inside. This game's out of control. Now another turnover for Grayson County. Here comes Frick in the lane. Frick's shot is missed, but he'll go to the line. Grayson County is being incredibly sloppy with the ball. Jack Logston is the guilty party of the foul, his first, team's second. Frick to the line to shoot two, where he is not a good free throw shooter. 36.6% from the line this season. And he didn't look like a 36% shooter there. Makes the first. Kobe Martin re-enters for Grayson as Brody Armstrong's going to take a seat. Not a great sequence there for Brody after he had a really good sequence to start the quarter of play. Second one coming from Frick, who had 11 catches for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns on that Owensboro Catholic football team that lost in the state title game. Frick makes them both. Ebelhair comes in place of Frick. Owensboro Catholic, their largest lead of this game at 28-22. Another ball loose and taken away by Owensboro Catholic. Outside to the right wing. Driving in is Ebelhair. Off-balance shot way off to the right. Loose ball rebound. Jack Logston has it. Trying to get defenders off of him, and we're going to have a foul called on the inside on Eves for Owensboro Catholic, his first, team's fourth. This little 2-2-1 full court pressure Grayson County is having all sorts of issues with. Logston bounce pass again. It's thrown away by Grayson County. Off inside, driving in is Smith. Reverse layup, too strong. Rebounded by Vince Carrico. He puts it in. I think you need a timeout if you're Grayson County, and there it is. This is absolutely embarrassing for Grayson County. I mean, that's probably 5 straight turnovers, and it's a full timeout taken by Travis Johnston. With Grayson County trailing 30-22, they led at one point 16-7 in this game, and since that point, if I can do math really quick, that is a 23-6 run for Owensboro Catholic. Before the game, in case you might have missed it, they officially named the student section here at Grayson County High School E.E. McGhee Student Section, as it was Mr. Spirit Night, and what they did is they placed a decal on the floor right by on each side of the student section that says E.E. Red McGhee Student Section, and underneath it says Mr. Spirit. It's got a picture of him as well. If you're watching on K105 Digital Productions, you can see that there on the screen. He was very touched. At the end of our broadcast, you can be able to go back and re-watch the ceremony to see his reaction from it. But a very touching ceremony there indeed. 30-22, Owensboro Catholic leads. Travis Johnston takes that full timeout, and Grayson County left him no choice. Owensboro Catholic rated as 13th best defensive team in the state, 3rd best in the region if you just look at point totals. They only allow 50 points a game. And they're showing off here, but a lot of this is just Grayson County not being smart with the ball either. Give it to Napier. They break the timeline this time. Napier up top to Taden Logston, who's now going to let the defense set up. Jack Logston drives in the right side, kicks to the far corner to Langdon. Langdon in the lane. Shot is up and in, and it drops in. That ball stuck on the rim before dropping. 6-point game now. Grayson County trying to find their way back into it after they led by 9 at one point. Dumping it off to Vince Carrico on the left side. Way too easy, and Vince Carrico gets his 4th points of the game. And that lead goes right back to 8. Now Vince Carrico gets a steal. Vince Carrico, 3 near side. No good. Taden Logston had the rebound, and it's off of him, and it's going to go towards Grayson. I tell you, the Cougars are just, they're really struggling. Landon Haycraft's going to come in. And a lot of this credit, I mean, some of this credit does go to Owensboro Catholic as well. Brody Armstrong going to come in place of Gage Napier. It is Owensboro Catholic ball underneath of their own basket. They lead by 8 with about 90 seconds left in the first half of play. And now a walk is going to be called on the left side, whistled on Tut Carrico. And I like that Tut Carrico looks at his legendary head coach Tim Riley, and Tim Riley just nodded at him and said, "Yep, you did." Kobe Martin to pass in, gives it into Jack Logston. I mean, if Grayson County can find out this pressure, it was early on that Owensboro Catholic was struggling with the Grayson County pressure, and now it's Grayson County that can't hold the ball. Leighton Haycraft goes right off his hands and out of bounds. I mean, the Cougars are looking definitely like a team that hasn't played in 17 days. Bikeman comes into the game, and he's got the 2 fouls. 32-24, 1:13 left in the first half of play. On the inside to Vince Carrico. Spin move, layup, left side, good. He put the spin cycle on Jack Logston, and the Aces are rolling. Jack Logston picks up his dribble, fires over to Langdon. Back around, Langdon picks it up, gives it to Armstrong in the near corner. Catch and shoot 3, good for Brody Armstrong. See if Grayson can now set up their pressure. Owensboro Catholic's doing a very good job, though. As soon as they get the ball in the inbound, they're immediately pushing down the floor to not allow Grayson County to set up their defense. Spinning in the lane, the shot off the right side by Tut Carrico is good. Owensboro Catholic on fire from the floor. They lead by 9 with 30 seconds left in the first half of play. Logston's pass deflected. Armstrong's got it. He's triple teamed as Brody gives it up top, nearly throws it away. Kobe Martin had it. It's deflected in the backcourt by Tut Carrico. Martin fouled by Carrico. No whistle into the far corner to Langdon. Back up top to Haycraft. Swings it off to Jack Logston. 3 left side. Little too long. Kobe Martin with a rebound for Grayson. Gives it back now to Jack with 10 seconds. Travis Johnston is going to call for the play. 5 seconds on the clock. Jack Logston at the top of the key. The double team comes. Gives it off to Martin. Flips it off to Haycraft. Spinning around in the lane. Shots up. Bikeman might have gotten a hand on it. Very close to potentially being goaltending. He got it at the apex, but the shot is no good. At the end of the first half of play, Grayson County trails Owensboro Catholic 36-27. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. And I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no judgment and no shame to look for help.
The doctor said I had a 29% chance to find a blood stem cell donor. But I knew you were out there. And when we matched, it was the best day ever. Dear donor, your blood stem cells saved me from leukemia. Thank you forever and ever and ever.
Experience the true joy of saving a life at BeTheMatch.org.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Not a good second quarter at all for Grayson County. They trail Owensboro Catholic 36-27. I mean, there was that stretch there in that first quarter of play where Grayson County was playing just about as good as anybody could expect them to play against one of the top teams in the region. And now, all of a sudden, it is, I mean, the wheels have completely fallen off for the orange and blue, and it was the defense for Owensboro Catholic. They switched to that 2-2-1 zone, and Grayson County didn't really know what to do with it. And that, I think, is probably going to be a lot of the frustration for Travis Johnston in that locker room is that this game is not – and I'm not complaining about officiating. They've called it both ways. They've been consistent. Is they're letting them play. They're letting this game become very physical, and that plays more in the Aces' favor, whereas Grayson County's not necessarily a physical team. They're going to have to be in the second half of play if they want to come back and have a chance of beating one of the top teams in this third region. Coming up on our halftime show, we will run down the scores from around the region, the scoring from this game, and get you ready for the second half of play. Again, your score at the half, Grayson County trails 36-27. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
I'm not here to fire you up. If you're not already fired up, you shouldn't be in this room. If this victory isn't worth all you have to give, then leave. But now, right now is your chance to be a part of a victory the world will remember forever. Victory over cancer. This victory isn't just happening. It isn't inevitable.
What does hope mean?
Now is our time, your time. You may save someone you love.
Time is very precious.
Today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. A victory that is there for the taking. Grab it. How was that?
Now that was a great halftime speech. Let's go win.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. And I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no judgment and no shame to look for help.
Basketball on K105.
Grayson County trails at the half against Owensboro Catholic 36-27. See if we can't run down a score two from around the region as we go and look. I know tomorrow the Cougar boys will be back here against another 9th District team. They will host Apollo tomorrow, 7:30 start time, so 30 minutes later will be the game there. Girls score at the end of the third quarter. Barron County leads Logan County 40-15. Girls score. South Warren leads that is the final score. South Warren defeats Greenwood 59-48. North Hardin leads Central Hardin in girls basketball. End of the third quarter, 42-35 is that score. Girls basketball, Butler County defeats Caverna 64-27. Final score there. End of the first quarter, and Central Hardin leads Breck County 24-2 is the score of that. Boys basketball, LaRue County leads Campbellsville 27-18. That is a boys score from around the half. Those are the scores from around the region. Right now, another score here. Meade County in girls defeats Hancock 87-58. Earlier today, the next edition of the third region media poll was released as well. Girls basketball, the boys poll will be released 2 o'clock tomorrow. Owensboro Catholic, number 1. Meade County, 2. Davis County, 3. Owensboro, 4. Breck, 5. Edmondson, 6. Grayson, 7. Hancock, 8. Butler, 9. McLean, 10. That's the girls' media poll. You can see those in the K105 social media channels, at K105 Sports on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. And then on Facebook at K105, you can see the poll that way as well. But again, Owensboro Catholic remains the number 1 team in the media poll for girls. Grayson County trails Owensboro Catholic and boys 36-27. We'll take a break, run down the scoring for the first half of play after this, as this is Cougar Basketball on K105.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors. Join United Way.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
The governor has declared a state of emergency, and evacuation is now underway as the storm approaches. The National Weather Service has issued a warning as it monitors the storm. Move to the following counties, therefore, should seek.
Convoy of Hope is ready to help you prepare for the next storm. Visit convoy.org/prepare.
The doctor said I had a 29% chance to find a blood stem cell donor. But I knew you were out there. And when we matched, it was the best day ever. Dear donor, your blood stem cells saved me from leukemia. Thank you forever and ever and ever.
Experience the true joy of saving a life at BeTheMatch.org.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. Cougars trail 36-27 at the half to Owensboro Catholic. The scoring for the first half of play: first for Owensboro Catholic, 13 from Luke Beichman, 6 for Vince Carrico and Tut Carrico. It's each for them. 5 for Warren Ebelhair, 2 each for Stephen Eves, Ronald Smith, and Kaiser Frick. For Grayson County, 10 points Brody Armstrong, 5 points for Jack Logston and Spencer Langdon, 2 each for Kobe Martin, Gage Napier, Tayden Logston, and 1 for Landon Haycraft. For Grayson County, it's pretty simple. Got to find a way to beat the pressure. They got to find some stops. They got to get Jack and Spencer rolling. Second half's next on K105.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where it is 36-27. We welcome back in our radio coverage now as they started early, which is the pet peeve of the broadcaster. Tut Carrico in the lane. The spin-around shot is good. He's got 8 points. And Owensboro Catholic leads 38-27. And now Grayson County almost throws it away. It was tipped, though, into the hands of Haycraft. Speeds down the lane. Haycraft shot, and he's fouled. He drives in, and he was hacked by Ebelhair. He thought he stood straight up, but he came down just a little bit on the drive. For Ebelhair, that'll be his first and the team's first, or say rather his second and the team's first. 38-27, 7 minutes and 32 seconds left here in this third quarter of play. (38-27), 7:32 left. Haycraft goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. He's now 2 of 4 from the free throw line in this game, and Grayson County trails by 10 points at 38-28, 7:20 left in the third quarter of play. Bikeman up top. He led all scorers with 13 points in the first half of play, and he has 2 fouls as well as he sat. Bikeman spin move at the left block. Shot's good by Bikeman. He's got 15. The lead is now 12. Grayson County it's not there right now for the Cougars. Over the far side, Langdon. Langdon on the left side, pass deflected and taken away by the Aces. The defense is making Grayson County's offense look as bad as it has really all season. So I'm thinking right now, I mean, it hasn't looked like this really since Adair County, and even then they scored 69 points in that game. Vince Terrico falls down with the ball, feeds it to Tut Carrico on the left side, shots missed. Tut Carrico gets his own rebound, up top to Bikeman, 3, good. Bikeman's got 18 in the game. The lead is 15 for Owensboro Catholic at 43-28. Armstrong's got to get it in, and a timeout is going to be taken by Travis Johnston. We'll take it with him. 6:29 left in the third quarter. It's 43-28. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
The doctor said I had a 29% chance to find a blood stem cell donor, but I knew you were out there. And when we matched, it was the best day ever. Dear donor, your blood stem cells saved me from leukemia. Thank you forever and ever and ever.
Experience the true joy of saving a life at BeTheMatch.org.
This has not been the start, really, these last 2 quarters that Grayson County probably had drawn up. They trail 43-28. 6 minutes and 29 seconds left in this third quarter of play. As the defense for Owensboro Catholic, this 2-2-1, Grayson County has had absolutely no answer for at all. Logston flips it off to Napier, fires a pass, tried to cross it to Haycraft, and it's deflected and taken away by Ebelhair. Over to the far side, Bikeman. Bikeman kicks it into the far corner to Frick. Frick drives to the free throw line, picks up, back up side. Ebelhair drives in with the right hand. The little flip shot's good, and he's fouled. Foul's going to be called on Grayson County's Jack Logston. His second, team's first of the second half of play. And Warren Ebelhair will go to the line to try and convert on the N1. Ebelhair caught 49 passes for 860 yards and 13 touchdowns for the Owensboro Catholic runner-up football team in the 2A state title game. Misses the free throw, but there to put it back and put it in is Vince Carrico. Tayden Logston right up the middle for Grayson County. It's deflected, and he's fouled at the top of the key by Owensboro Catholic. They're going to whistle this on Luke Bikeman. That'll be his third. Immediately, Tim Riley going to go to his bench and bring in Ronald Smith. Let's see if Bikeman will take a seat. He will. (47-28). Owensboro Catholic all over the Cougars after Grayson County led 16-7 in the closing seconds of the first quarter. Tayden Logston drives down the lane. Shots left short. Jack Logston with a rebound and fires it off of Tut Carrico. Jack was falling out of bounds and threw that one about as hard as he could at the knee of Tut Carrico. He was just trying to find a teammate and couldn't, so he just threw it at the shin of Carrico. Langdon pass deflected into the hands, though, of Logston, who pulls up from 18 feet in the near corner. Jack Logston's got 7 as he knocks down that jumper. See, if you're Grayson here, you just got to start chipping away, but it's not great on the offensive end, but it's really not great on the defensive end either. Just not a lot of good things happening. Spinning around easily. Frick gets around Langdon, misses the reverse layup. Jack Logston's got the rebound, and he's fouled by, you can take your pick on the Carrico. They're going to choose Vince. It's his first. Team's third. Owensboro Catholic is a very aggressive defensive team. And they're calling a little bit more fouls here in this. The official timeout as Ronald Smith has to tie his shoe. Always has to be the most lonely feeling in the world, is tying your shoe when everyone is watching you. Armstrong up the far side of the floor for Grayson County. Bounce pass far corner to Haycraft. Feeds it back to Armstrong, who couldn't corral the pass, and it's taken away. Vince Carrico had it. Flipped it off to Edelhair. Edelhair jump pass to Frick, who drives in on Logston, and Logston takes it away on the shot on the way up. Logston gives it off to Tayden Logston. 5:05 left in the third quarter. It's 47-30. Owensboro Catholic on top of Grayson County. Tayden Logston in between the circles to Smith, takes back over to that far side of the floor, left to right on the radio dial. Logston drives in, bounce pass to Spencer Langdon. Langdon curls around the defender. Langdon off the glass, basket good, he'll go to the line. Foul on the hand on the way up. Foul's called on Vince Carrico, his second, team's fourth of this quarter. Spencer Langdon to the line where, for as good of a scorer as he is, not a great free throw shooter, 60.5%, and right on cue he misses the free throw. Grayson County really struggling from the free throw line. Driving in is Frick on the left block. Blocked by Logston on the inside. Frick gets the ball back. Up top to Smith. Smith drives with the right hand. The double team comes for Grayson County. Inside pass to Vince Carrico. Gets around Logston. Misses the shot. Rebounded on the inside by Edelhair. He had it. Missed it. Logston's got the rebound, and that's going to be shots for Grayson County as he was fouled on the rebound. Tut Carrico's going to be called for the foul, his first, team's fifth. And Jack Logston will go to the line to shoot two. Jack Logston, sixth in the state in free throw percentage, 86.8%. This Grayson County team ranks 29th in the state and second in the region, or 26th in the state and fourth in the region in free throw percentage, 73.1% as Jack makes the first free throw. They've really struggled in this game. 2 of 7 from the line is, or 3 of 7 is the line for Grayson County. And now 4 of 8 is Jack Logston. You gotta love the fan who drops the look at the scoreboard as far as fouls, and I always think that's a bad way of saying. I think these officials have called it a pretty close game, really on both sides of the floor. 57-34, 4:15 left in the third quarter. Handoff pass to Bikeman, who's back in with those 3 fouls. Something to keep in mind. Crosses it to Smith in the near corner, guarded by Haycraft. Smith drives the baseline. Haycraft did a nice job settling it off. Top key, 3, good by Tut Carrico. Carrico moves into double figures. He's got 11 points. And one of the things Grayson County is not doing well is they're taking a long time to inbound the ball, or get the ball ready for the inbounds. They break it this time. Armstrong down the lane, rattles in for Brody Armstrong. He's got 12. It's 50-36. Grayson County trails by 14 in this game with 3:40 left in the third quarter of play. And if you're Grayson, you got to try to bring this to easily within 10 to hit to this fourth quarter of play. Really less than that. In the lane, shot missed by Edelhair. Rebounded by Armstrong for Grayson County. He flips it off to Logston. Jack Logston breaks the timeline across the near side of the floor on the right wing. Little stutter step for Logston. Pulls up the right side 3. Might have been fouled a little bit. They don't blow the whistle. Rebounded on the interior by Bikeman. And now Tim Riley wants a timeout. 3:16 left in the third quarter. 50-36. Grayson County trails Owensboro Catholic. For Riley, that is his first timeout taken of this game. Reminder, we'll be back here tomorrow. The Cougars will take on Apollo here at the Cougar Den. And then on Friday, listen, Grayson County, Edmondson County here at Grayson County High School. What more needs to be said than that? Game will start 6 o'clock with girls. Boys will follow 7:30. Come out, let's pack the Cougar Den here. Because, honestly, if I'm being honest, too, I'm looking over at the student section today, and I'm not the greatest at math, but I can look over at our director for today, Trey Cook, and Trey, is that 0? I see 0 students over there, and that, honestly, student section, be better. Be better. I see some students scattered across on the far side, but this is a big game against a region opponent. I don't know why that student section isn't packed to the brim, and on tomorrow night it needs to be, and then on Friday night it needs to be. 3:07 left in the third quarter of play. Grayson County trails by 14 points out of the timeout. Aces have the ball. Top of the key, Tut Carrico. Nice defense by Brody Armstrong. He floats it over to Bikeman in the far side. Guarded by Haycraft. Bikeman gets around, flips it off to Tut Carrico in the corner. 3, good. Tut Carrico has a pair of 3s in this quarter of play. Armstrong up the far side of the floor. Jump pass to Langdon. Langdon down the right lane, and it's poked out from behind by Tut Carrico. Frick comes in. Martin comes in for Grayson. Vince Carrico comes in for Owensboro Catholic. Owensboro Catholic leads 53-36. Logston in between the circles, off to the right side to Tayden Logston. Tayden Logston drives in, shot off the right side. He is hacked from behind by Smith. He tried to plead his case that he went hands up, but he did not. He hacked Grayson County on the way down. For Smith, that'll be his second. Tayden Logston to the line last year at Caverna, 70.1%. He was just ruled eligible earlier this afternoon, and the first free throw rattles in for Tayden Logston. As they were expecting a decision, he was going to be eligible to play on Wednesday regardless, because that was a year since the last time he appeared in a game for Caverna, but it's 2 days early. It works. It probably should have been a lot earlier. In fact, it should have been a lot earlier than that. The KHSCA should be embarrassed by forcing the kid to sit, the first 14 games of this season. But better late than never. 53-38, Grayson County trails Owensboro Catholic. 2:15 left in the third quarter of play. On the inside, shot off balance, missed on the interior by Eves. Grayson County had the rebound and then threw it away. 2:08 left in the third quarter, 53-38. Grayson County has a deficit against Owensboro Catholic. This is a game they led by 9 points at one point, 16-7. Up top to Vince Carrico, off to Eves on the right side. Hayden Robinson in the game for Grayson County. Top side Frick. Frick drives in, kicks it to Vince Carrico. Three near side is a wedgie. We got ourselves a wedgie as it's caught in between the rim and the backboard. So I think it might be our first wedgie of the season. I think we may have had one. Might have been like first game of the season we had a wedgie. It's where the ball gets lodged in between the backboard and the rim, and it's just a jump ball, and Grayson County has the ball. Jack Logston picks up his dribble, gives it off to Kobe Martin, flips it off to Langdon, dumps it down to the left block to Hayden Robinson, gets the shot, he'll go to the line. Hayden Robinson will get his free throw trip, his first of the season. And he misses it. It is short, rebounded by Vince Carrico. Tell you what, if Grayson can bring this to within 10 at the end of the quarter, you got to be feeling pretty good. 1:40 left in the third quarter of play, 53-40, but it's going to have to start on this defensive end. Because you better believe that Owensboro Catholic is going to be more than fine with just running the ball. Up the top side to Bikeman. In on Jack Logston. But the double team comes. Off to Tut Carrico. Three right wing. It is short. Rebounded by Jack Logston for Grayson County. An outlet pass all the way down to Hayden Robinson. Catches it on the left side. Misses the layup. Kobe Martin has the rebound, though, for Grayson County. Back up top to Tayden Logston. That was a length of the floor pass from Jack Logston. Robinson had a defender on his back on the way up. It's going to be a tough one for him to finish, but one probably he'd like to have back. Langdon with a right hand. Bounce pass to Tayden Logston. Tayden Logston's going to get a screen from Jack Logston. Back now to Jack Logston on the left side. Logston pulls up 18 feet, top of the side. No good. Rebounded by Hayden Robinson. Goes back up. He misses the shot, but he's going to go to the line. Hayden hasn't played a lot this season, but he's immediately a spark plug off the bench. Tut Carrico picks up the foul. That is what the official score Brian Payton has is his third. I just said that is his second, but he's more official than I am. Hayden Robinson back to the line. He missed his first, which was his first free throw of the season. He's not going to miss that one. Rattles in. 52.7 on the clock here in this third quarter of play. It is no good. Misses it. 1 of 3 from the line for Hayden Robinson in this game. It's a 12-point Owensboro Catholic lead with 45 seconds left in this third quarter of play. And if I'm the Aces, I'd almost be interested to see if they'll run this clock. And immediately Tim Riley, I think, did call out to his team and saying one shot. And I agree. I mean, you don't want Grayson County to get this ball back, to bring it to within 10 or even 9. Or bring some of the momentum that you saw Owensboro Catholic be able to claim at the end of the first quarter of play, where they hit the buzzer-beating 3 to bring the game to within 6. And they came out in that second quarter on fire. Driving in as Tut Carrico blows right by Hayden Robinson and lays it in. That works as well. Here comes Grayson County with 10 seconds left. You've got to score here if you're the Cougars. Tayden Logston with 8 seconds. He's got to break the timeline. He peeks at the clock with 5 seconds. In between the circles with 4 seconds. Langdon deep right side 3. It's offline. It's an air ball. Rebounded by Bikeman from 3/4 court at the buzzer. It is no good. The end of the third quarter of play, Owensboro Catholic leads Grayson County 55-41. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
(55-41), Grayson County trails Owensboro Catholic as we start the final quarter of play here from Grayson County High School. And for Grayson, this has not been their greatest performance of the season. And honestly, they look like a team that hasn't played in 17 days. And I mean, as we mentioned earlier, that's the longest stretch in January that Grayson County has gone since 1977. Owensboro Catholic during that same stretch, they've played, 5 games. That's tough. But it's not an excuse. Tut Carrico has the ball. He drives on the left block, kicks it off to Bikeman. Bikeman lost it. Logston got his hand on it at the left elbow. Bikeman pulls up on the recovery, misses it. Rebounded by Jack Logston for Grayson County. Jack Logston right up the middle behind the back dribble. Grayson County trails by 14 points to Taden Logston. Catch and shoot 3 right side. It is short. Rebound. Went into the hands of Hayden Robinson, who was standing out of bounds. No, a foul is going to be called on Brody Armstrong, rather. That's his first. Team's first. It went into the hands of Hayden Robinson. He was standing out of bounds. And it looks like there's some perspiration on the floor. And Kaiser Frick is going to go over and he's going to mop it up himself. It's where we miss having Ryan Keys, former Grayson County manager, who he loved his little mop. He would have grabbed that thing and he'd have probably had to stand in front of the, well, there is no student section, but he would have stood in front of the student section and probably posed a little bit. And instead, good job by Kaiser Frick to get out there and clean it up. 7:25 to play in the fourth quarter. Owensboro Catholic on top by 14 points. Bikeman up top to Tut Carrico, went right through his hands. He's able to recover, gains it, almost lost it again. Frick on the left side by Armstrong is the defense for Grayson. Blowing right past his Frick. He tried to pass off into the far corner, but the pass is deflected out of bounds by Jack Logston. And you're seeing some extended minutes here from Hayden Robinson. I like that. I mean, he's giving you some energy off the bench. In the lane, Bikeman shot way off balance. It's missed by and rebounded by Langdon for Grayson County. Langdon in transition, dumps it off to Jack Logston off the left side. Basket good by Jack Logston. Logston's got 11 points. He moves into double figures. For Grayson County, they trail by 12 points. Just under 7 minutes left in the game. Vince Carrico on the left wing. Handoff pass to Ebelhair. Guarded by Robinson. Off into the corner to Frick. 6:40 to go in the fourth quarter of play. Grayson County trails by 12 points. Vince Carrico on the right side. Handoff pass Bikeman on the right wing. Driving in, Taden Logston gets a hand on it, and now a foul's going to be called on Taden Logston. His second, team's second of the third quarter of play. Taden Logston didn't agree with a call from Jason Wilkins, and now Tony Beard talking to Taden, giving him an explanation. 6:33 to play here in this game. Grayson County trails by 12 points. Bikeman on the right side. Up top, and now a foul's going to be called on Armstrong. On Carrico. His second, team's third. If you're Grayson, you do not want to start fouling in this game and give Owensboro Catholic a chance to start pummeling away at the free throw line. They're not a great free throw shooting team. It's 64%, but they're still, and how a foul's going to be called on Langdon, the top of the key. His second, team's fourth. 55-43, 6:24 to go here in this game. The up top, Tut Carrico to run the point. Off to left side to Frick. Guarded by Langdon as he runs right in front of Langdon. Into the corner, three by Ebel. It is missed. Rebounded by Spencer Langdon. He fires over to the far side. An outlet to Armstrong. Pulls up. Shot missed by Armstrong from about 7 feet on the left side. And if that's been the story of the game, it definitely has. Frick down the left side. Out of control dribbling. He stops. He gives it outside to Tut Carrico. Three goes in and out. Rebounded by Bikeman. It's loose ball. And it is a foul. I think they're going to call this on Ebelhair. And now Jason Wilkins is walking over to Ebelhair. He is going to be the player to take the foul, his third. His first. His third, rather, in the team's first of this fourth quarter of play. Jason Wilkins kind of had to step in and say, okay, calm down. 5:54 to go in the fourth quarter of play, 55-43. Tatum Longston to run the point for Grayson. Cougars going to have to start getting some points. The defense has been a little bit better over these last couple of minutes, but you're not going to win if you don't score. Hayden Robinson on the right side gets a screen. Handoff pass to Kobe Martin. Brody Armstrong, rather. Three near side. Good. Armstrong's got 15 in the game. The game is now 9 points, so it's a single-digit game. Up top, feeding over to the far corner to Smith. 5:25 to go in the fourth quarter of play. It's 55-46. Owensboro Catholic on top. Grayson County trying to complete a comeback, but they got a long way to go. Bikeman in the lane. The flip shot, no good. Rebounded by Jack Logston for Grayson County. Jack Logston up the far side of the floor for the Cougars. Trying to bring themselves back in this game. You can give it up top now to Taden Logston. You're down 9, 5 minutes now to go here at home. You're just trying to win each of these next minutes by a couple of points. Bounce pass to Langdon. Driving in, Langdon spins down the lane. Langdon shot in the lane, good by Spencer Langdon. Off balance, he curls around. Langdon's got 9 points, 7-point game, 55-48. The Cougar Den coming to life. We got a timeout on the floor taken here by Owensboro Catholic with 4 minutes and 41 seconds left. We'll take it with them. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Owensboro Catholic 55-48. 4 minutes and 41 seconds left in this game. That was a full timeout taken by Tim Riley. I mean, if you're Grayson here, I mean, you're down 7, 4:41 to go. You're within striking. I mean, it's a 3-possession game right now. Now, you're going to have to keep getting some stops on the defensive end. You're going to have to keep knocking down some shots. It's a tough team to come back on, but you have a sliver, which is all you can really. In fact, it's probably more than a sliver. It's a window. Now the question is can the Cougars jump through the window? We'll have to find out as we're back in action. Frick breaks the timeline. We'll go a handoff pass to Bikeman. Bikeman has not scored in this fourth quarter play. Only 5 points in the third quarter, in the second half as a whole. Smith drives in the lane. Shot is up and missed. Rebound tapped off. Logston's got it for Grayson County. Cougars have numbers. Logston up the far side of the floor. Euro step. Logston good on the lane. Basket good by Jack Logston. It's a 5-point game, 55-50, 4:10 to go in the fourth quarter of play. The fans trying to come to life here at the Cougar Den. Up top, Tut Carrico spins around the defense. Carrico layup good. He just blew right around the defense and lays it in. That's the first points of the fourth quarter of play for Owensboro Catholic. It's a 7-point Owensboro Catholic lead. Taden Logston at the top of the key. Logston drives in. Flip shot is up. It is missed, but he's going to go to the line because of a blocking foul on the inside. Frick is going to be the guilty party. His first. Team second. Taden Logston will go to the line. He is 2 of 2 in this game. And you're Grayson. You got to make your free throws to try and come back in this game. They've not been good. I mean, free throws really First one's missed by Taden Logston. I mean, the Cougars have missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, now 7 free throws in this game. And look at that. What's the difference of this game? 7 points. I mean, even if you make half of them, it's a one-possession game. He makes that, does Taden Logston, 57-51. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the game. Grayson County trying to fight back from 16 down against one of the region's top teams. Swings it off right side to Ebelhair. Cougars trailed by 16 in this game. They now trail by only 6. Behind the back dribble, Tut Carrico drives in from 10 feet, way too strong. Off the glass, though, he gets his own miss. 3, topside, Bikeman, good. That might be a dagger of a 3 there by Bikeman. It's only a 9-point game now. 3:15 to go. That's a really tough break after Tut Carrico was way too strong in the layup. Langdon in the lane. Pulls up. Too strong. Rebounded by Tut Carrico. An outlet pass to Bikeman. Behind the back dribble. Almost loses it as he drives down the left side. Bikeman loses, and he's fouled because that's why he lost it. And that'll be a shooting foul called, as it'll be shots rather, for Taden Logston, his third. Team's fifth. 2 shots coming for Bikeman. He is 1 of 1 in the game. Bikeman, preseason rated as the 3rd best player in the region by the Cats Paws, and he's shown off here today, and he gets the friendly roll on the first free throw. 3:02 to go. It's now a 10-point game. This would be a huge free throw if he can knock it in. He does. 62-51, 3 minutes left. Grayson County had that opportunity on the missed shot. You know, you were down 6, you had a shot at a rebound, and they didn't pull it off, and it turns into a 3. 2:45 to go in the 4th quarter of play. Foul topside called on Tut Carrico. His 4th. Carrico's got 18 in this game. 62-51. Grayson County trails in this game against Owensboro Catholic. Taden Logston gets a screen from Spencer Langdon. Up top to Langdon. Langdon drives down the right side, goes up, blocked on the inside by Bikeman. Rebounded by Owensboro Catholic. Bikeman down the near side of the floor. Back towards the middle. Bikeman off the right side. Shots missed. Rebounded by Vince Carrico on the inside. Flips it off to Bikeman. Up top to Tut Carrico. Tut Carrico drives in. Kicks it off to the left wing to Ebelhair. They're going to reset up the offense as Owensboro Catholic here with 2:15 to go in the 4th quarter. Cougars were able to bring this game to within 6. They've trailed by as much as 16. The lead is now 11, though, for Catholic in this game with 2:08 left to go. They're more than fine with coming with the pressure. Up top to Tut Carrico. Guarded by Jack Logston. Off to Frick. Frick spins, and he's fouled by Langdon. That'll be his 3rd. And Frick, as we mentioned, is the 36% free throw shooter. He's 2 of 2 today, though. He's got 2 coming. It's probably the guy you want to foul, but made his first 2 and looked pretty confident in doing so. That one goes in and out. Owensboro Catholic putting nobody down there to rebound, so Grayson County will get the rebound if Frick does not pull it down. It is good. Grayson County trails by 12, under 2 minutes to go, and 3 topside by Armstrong. Good for Brody Armstrong at the top of the key. I was just going to say they're going to need some 3s. Armstrong's got 18 in the game. Makes it a 9-point game, 1:40 to go. Bikeman on the right side, picks up the dribble. Back up top now to Frick. Frick swings it off now to Tut Carrico, guarded by Brody Armstrong, and a foul's going to be called on Armstrong, his 3rd. And it'll be Tut Carrico to the line. 74% shooter is Carrico. Carrico has committed to play football at Hillsdale College, which is a D2 school in southern Mississippi. Know that their board of trustees is chaired by Pat Sajak. It's kind of when I was looking in there, I was like, why do I know that school? It's like, oh, that's why. First one good by Carrico. And he gets the friendly roll on the second, does Carrico. Grayson County can't keep trading 3 for 2. Need to start getting some stops. Taden Logston off the glass, shots left short, rebounded by Bikeman for Owensboro Catholic. It's an 11-point game with 1:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Bikeman down the left side, picks up the dribble on the left block, back up top now to Frick. Frick guarded by Langdon, into the corner now to Bikeman. He's guarded by Logston. Bikeman, the double team comes, jump pass to Tut Carrico, flips it off to Vince Carrico in the corner, back up now to the right side to Ebelhair. Up top, foul coming. Taden Logston will be the guilty one, his fourth. 2 shots will come now again for Tut Carrico. Carrico's got 20 points and counting in this game. And you can make it 21. He's had a couple real friendly rolls here in these last 2. Carrico was a first-team all-state wide receiver by the Courier-Journal. He's a lot more than just a wide receiver. He gets the second free throw as well. 13-point lead, 1 minute to go. Right side, Langdon goes right through his hands, and it's taken away by Owensboro Catholic, and that's really been the story of the game. A lot of really careless turnovers for Grayson County. They're going to fall to 8-7 on the year. They had the comeback. Well, now Armstrong knocks the ball out of bounds. It goes into the fan zone on that far side. They brought the game to within 6 and couldn't pull down that rebound, and that will be the play that I'm sure these players will be kicking themselves at, because you get that rebound, you go down, you bring this to within 4 instead of 9. I mean, that very well could have been a 5-6 point swing. And 9 is a whole lot different than 4. Reverse layup good by Ebelhair. He's got 9 points in the game. Owensboro Catholic leads 69-54. 3 topside, Jack Logston. It is no good. Rebound on the floor by Tut Carrico. And Travis Johnston's going to call off the horses. And Owensboro Catholic's going to win this game. Well, Grayson County might play a little bit of defense, but I'm sure they're more than fine with just dribbling out this clock and picking up what will be their 8th straight win against Grayson County. Last time Cougars won this game was in 2011. Haven't played every year. In fact, they restarted their 2-year series last year. That brings us to the final score. 000 on the clock. Owensboro Catholic defeats Grayson County tonight by a final score of 69-54. We'll come back, wrap it up after this. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Grayson County falls tonight to Owensboro Catholic by a final score of 69-54. Coming up next, we'll jump into the 5th quarter show, wrap this game up, talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Travis Johnston, and more. Again, your final score, Owensboro Catholic defeats Grayson 69-54. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors, helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
Governor has declared the state of emergency, and evacuation is now underway as the storm approaches. The National Weather Service has issued a warning as it monitors this storm. Move to the following counties therefore should seek.
Convoy of Hope is ready to help you prepare for the next storm. Visit convoy.org/prepare.
Do you need help paying for college? Your first step is completing a FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. The 24-25 FAFSA will be available in late December 2023 and is more user-friendly. More students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Kia counselors and others are ready to help you. You're not in this alone. For more information, use the QR code or text money to 800-928-8926. Or you can visit gearupky.org/money.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day, a movement toward life-saving resources, movement toward advancing research and care, movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Grayson County falls tonight by a final score of 69-54 to Owensboro Catholic. And this is a game for Grayson County I think you learned a lot about yourself here in this. And learning things about yourself can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing, but sometimes a bad thing learning about yourself is a good thing. As sometimes, because you learn today that this Grayson County team is something that we've wondered. They struggle with physicality, and Owensboro Catholic 100% exploited that tonight. And now you better believe Apollo, I don't know if Apollo played tonight. I haven't gotten into my prep for that, but if they're watching this game right now, you better believe that their game plan tomorrow is probably going to become physical. And you better believe Trey Tinsley, you got both of the Tinsleys right now who they play back-to-back. Trey Tinsley down at Edmondson is probably watching this game right now and saying, well, we could be physical with them too, and you never know how they react to it. And I think the toughest part with it is that Grayson County's best player at dealing with physicality, Caden Hanshaw, probably this would have been a perfect game for Caden. They didn't have him today, and that's a big question for the Cougars. Coming up on our fifth quarter show, we will talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Travis Johnston, and get his thoughts on the matchup. Again, your final score, 69-54. Cougars fall. It's Cougar basketball on K105.
Do you need help paying for college? Your first step is completing a FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. The 24-25 FAFSA will be available in late December 2023 and is more user-friendly. More students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Kia counselors and others are ready to help you. You're not in this alone. For more information, use the QR code or text money to 800-928-8926. Or you can visit gearupky.org/money.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day, a movement toward life-saving resources, movement toward advancing research and care, movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looks scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Cougars fall to Owensboro Catholic by a final score of 69-54. Sam Gormley now joined by head coach Travis Johnston. And Coach, this game has, I know I seem to say this a lot, but a lot to unpack, because I don't think it was all bad, because there were some good things. And, I mean, you look at this is, you know, you're down 6, you have a chance at a rebound, and it turns out to a 3. And, I mean, that wasn't the difference of the game, but, you go down, you could hit a 3, and next thing you know, they're on the heels after you all went on a big run.
Yeah, that was it wasn't the game, but it was the dagger in the game. You know, we were making a run. We were able to get within whatever it was. I don't know if we got lower than 6 or not, but no. They were able to get that rebound. And you know, Jack did great as far as inside defensively, being long, being active, and rebounding the ball. And that one goes straight through he gets pushed underneath a little bit. 14 comes in there and grabs it and then kicks it out to their best player. And, you know, that's the things that good teams like them do to win games like that. And that's credit to them, because that team played extremely hard and physical, and you can see why they're one of, if not the best team in the region.
Yeah, no, I was considering, I still have my vote for tomorrow in the media poll. I don't know that I won't vote number 1.
I know.
That's tough. I think one of the things that has stood out to me at times with your team this season is they don't necessarily do great with aggressive teams. Yeah. And I think when you compound that with, you have one player who probably wants that more than anybody, and he's hurt right now with Caden. Can you improve him on that?
Well, obviously, Caden would have helped tonight.
I think this is a game Caden was
This is the game that he's in there for, and I don't know. We played on our heels too much. If you notice, in the second half, we handled the press fine, and they backed off of it. I mean, they were at the point there at the end of the game in the fourth quarter where we're making a run and they score. You would think they'd get in it, and they're backing it up because we didn't make adjustments, but we finally got the guys to the spots they were supposed to be in. And then we advanced the ball. We stopped dribbling so much with our head down, and we were able to advance the ball and get layups off of it, and made them back it out. But even their man-to-man defense is really good and physical, and that's just something that we're not right now. Maybe youth, probably a lot of it's youth. If you notice, Tayden was out there, and he's the only one that really looks muscular, looks the part with Caden being out. So that had a little bit to do with it. But again, it's credit to them because they played a good game, and again, they're a really tough team.
I think one of your bright spots coming off the bench, hasn't played a lot this year, but I thought Hayden came in and gave you some really good minutes. He had 3 points, but he got to the free throw line twice. I think he pulled down a rebound or 2. I know the thing that always stands out to me about Hayden, too, is he is always the loudest on the bench. In a way, kind of like Mason was, I guess, on that bench as far as the guy at the end. He's going to pick everybody up. He's the teammate everybody wants. And I'm sure it feels good to see him get it didn't have a lot of minutes, but they were impactful ones.
Yeah, I think this year we have 2 or 3 guys that they've shown it, and then they go back, they take 2 steps back, they show it again, and you know, it's hard to do that as a kid, to go in and play 8 minutes one game and then turn around and maybe you're only playing 1 minute the next, and it kind of takes your confidence out of you and stuff. But he's been great in practice, and he was our best in practice yesterday. So you know, I made the decision that for sure I need to get him some minutes tonight, just to because he's earned them, he deserved them, and he made the most of them, and that's something that can be a spark for us. If Caden comes back, if he doesn't come back, we need a little bit of a spark on the bench, and you know, we talked to him about that it may not be the same guy every time. You know, Kobe went there for a couple stretches, and I thought he played well tonight, but there was a few games where he played exceptionally well, and then he kind of went backwards a little bit, and that's youth and inexperience, but we got to make sure we have a couple guys that are playing up there, and everybody staying positive and waiting for their shot, because when they come in, they got to make the most of it. And with the guys we have at the top that are going to play the most minutes, you got to make the most of what you get.
You get the Tinsleys the rest of this week. You get Ryan tomorrow, Trey on Friday, right? That's it. So Ryan's head coach at Apollo. That's been, ironically enough, both those teams you've seen. Yeah. Both those teams you've beaten earlier, not on your home floor. We'll start with Apollo. It's a team you beat. It was the 3rd game you played there at Logan County.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for that, but from what I read, it was a game that you all really took control in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about them? How have they gotten better? We'll talk more before the game tomorrow, but how do you take some of the good things tonight, because I don't think it was all bad, and try and bounce back tomorrow and pick up a 9th district win?
Well, they're pretty much completely different as they're going to play a half court, probably a lot of zone. They're young. Us and them are probably the 2 youngest. Now we are the 2 youngest teams in the region, and I don't think either team has a senior on their roster. So they got a lot of good young freshmen. Their big 6'7" kid had 14 and 8 on us last game. We did not come ready to play that game, but we came ready in the second half. But we got to make sure all of our guys are stepped up, because you know, Jack and Spencer and even Tayden, for not playing, played quite a bit of minutes tonight. And then you look, I think it was maybe Kobe Landon and Gage wasn't in there in the 4th quarter because we rode the hot hand, and we got to make sure we're getting extra effort out of them, because it's going to be tough going 3 games in 1 week. But that's what we're doing the rest of the year. Thanks to all that snow, we got 3 games every week up until the last week, so we better get used to it.
Coach, I appreciate it, and we will see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
That's head coach Travis Johnston. Cougars fall tonight. We'll come back and wrap it up after this. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Do you need help paying for college? Your first step is completing a FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. The 24-25 FAFSA will be available in late December 2023 and is more user-friendly. More students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Kia counselors and others are ready to help you. You're not in this alone. For more information, use the QR code or text money to 800-928-8926. Or you can visit gearupky.org/money.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected?
Here we go!
Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day. A movement toward life-saving resources. Movement toward advancing research and care. Movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Cougars fall to Owensboro Catholic by a final score of 69-54. See if we can't run down a score or two from around the region as we go through our scroll through. Boys basketball, University Heights defeats McCracken County 70-50. Central Hardin all over Breck in boys 80-48. Meade County leads Hancock 59-22 at the end of the third quarter. Greenwood in boys leads South Warren 25-23 at the end of the half. Let's see here. I think this is Barron County leads Bluegrass Blazers at the half 45-36. And that appears to be most of the scores that we have you from around the region. North Hardin girls defeated Central Hardin 66-55. LaRue over Campbellsville. And so on. Grayson County falls 69-54. We'll come back, wrap it up after this. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Some days are just better than others.
I think you should go talk to someone.
It's not that easy.
Have you been thinking about suicide? You can talk to me, Dad.
It's been a tough couple of months.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looks scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Grayson County falls to Owensboro Catholic tonight by a final score of 69-54. Running down the scoring from this game. For Owensboro Catholic, Luke Bikeman led the way. He had 23, 22 for Tut Carrico, 9 for Warren Ebelhair. Vince Carrico had 8, 3 for Kaiser Frick, 2 each for Ronald Smith and for Stephen Eves. For Grayson County, it was Brody Armstrong who had 18, 13 for Jack Logston, 9 for Spencer Langdon, 5 for Tayden Logston, 3 for Hayden Robinson, 2 each for Gage Napier, Landon Haycraft, and Kobe Martin. As a reminder, looking ahead at the rest of the week, tomorrow the Cougar boys will be back here against Apollo. They will play at 7:30. So our coverage will begin at about 7:10. If you're listening on the radio right now, that'll be over on our sister station, 103.9 The Moose. Reason for that is Kentucky plays South Carolina. We also do want to make sure we give good luck to the Lady Cougars as they will be at LaRue County tomorrow. That'll be a 7 o'clock Central Time start. Because we have not figured out the way to split us in half as far as like duplicate, because there's only one of me, we will not have coverage of that game, but we will be with the boys. And then Edmonson County at home on Friday. That'll wrap up our coverage. I want to make sure we thank the K105 Digital Productions crew for their hard work. Your camera operator was Eli Hufflepuff Smith, and your director was Trey Cook. So tonight we're Grayson County falls to Owensboro Catholic by a final score of 69-54. This is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.